It is Thursday. So we're in the brown first hour. So we're going to jump straight into the opener. So my directions say, determine the x and y intercepts. So right there when it says determine the x and y intercepts, that's my hint that I'm going to set x equals 0 and y equals 0 and solve twice. After I do that, I'm going to plot the intercepts, then graph both the lines. Now, I apologize. The lines, your graph is going to be on the back. Because we're plotting two different lines, we're going to go ahead and label them, line A and line B. So, this is what the front of our opener looks like here. So we have 2x plus 3y equals negative 12. Now, if you notice, what am I starting with first here? I'm starting with what variable? X. So, I'm going to put in my equation. 2. And what do I substitute for x? 0 plus 3y equals negative 12. I'm going to draw my line of equality. I'm going to circle my variable. I am. I'm going to cross out that 2 times 0 because 2 times 0 is 0. Because I want to get the what by itself? No, not the x. What variable am I getting by itself?
Oh, the y.
The y. So because I'm solving for y, I bring down my y, and then negative 12 divided by 3, negative 4. Now that's not my answer, so I'm not going to box that. My answer is going to be my ordered pair. So what's my ordered pair for the y-intercept? And how do I know that this is the y-intercept? How do I know that when I go to graph this point or plot this point that I'm going to plot that on the y-intercept? It's kind of a tricky question. Okay, so let me try to say it one more time. When I go to plot that point on my graph, where am I going to plot it at? Where will it end up going? On which axis? It's going to be on the y-axis. How do I know it's going to be on the y-axis? Okay, that's no. That's a perfect answer. I'm solving for y, and my ordered pair, I don't have a value for x. I only have a value for y. Okay. So once I solve for my y-intercept, I'm going to substitute y equals 0 to solve for my x-intercept. So I'm going to use the same equation, except for this time, what am I substituting? Yeah, substitute for the y. So everything else, I write the exact same that the equation tells me to, except for instead of putting down y, I'm going to substitute 0. So I have my line of equality drawn. I have my variable circled. The very first thing that I'm going to do after I set up my equation is, because I don't need the 3 times 0, and now I just have a one-step equation. So I want to get the variable x by itself.
Divide by 2.
Divide by 2.
Negative 6.
Very good. What variable do I bring down?
X.
Yes, bring down your x. So then my ordered pair,
Negative 6. Oh, 0. No, negative 6. Yeah,
good, because we know that x equals negative 6, so my x goes first, and y equals 0, so my y equals 0. So when I go to plot this point, where's it going to be located? On the x-axis. Good.
I want to see this one because this one goes into a...
We're going to plot these two ordered pairs and draw this line in just a minute. We're going to go ahead and solve for our second equation, and then we'll flip it over instead of going back and forth, okay?
This is a decimal.
No?
It's going to be like 4, so 10.
You're right, but
10.
so you already figured it out. This one's going to be a little tricky. So let's start solving how we normally do. So we have 5x plus 4y equals 10. What am I substituting for first? So I put in a line, circle, then what? By?
4.
Okay, which equals?
2.5.
Okay, so when you take 10 divided by 4, you get a decimal. When we get a decimal in this class, what do I like us to keep it as?
Okay.
In,
Order.
no, a fraction. But do we ever leave a fraction like that?
No.
We have to put it in what? Simplest form, right? So, two ways that we can do this. First way, you can use your calculator. If you use your calculator, you're going to type in 10, ABC button, which is your fraction button, 4 equals, and that's going to give you a mixed number.
It'll be like 2U.
That U means a fraction. That means it's a space and then the fraction. So what you'll hit from there is the second button,
What do you mean second? Oh. Oh,
the fraction button,
second. Then ABC.
ABC again, equals.
Equals.
5.
Then that gives it to you as an improper fraction, what this is here, in simplest form, which is what? 5 over 2. Okay? So that's the first way that you could do it.
So how will we graph that?
I'll show you. I'll show you. What's another way that we could do this? Think about what's 10 and 4 both divisible by? 2. So 10 divided by 2 is 5. 4 divided by 2 is 2. Okay, so when I go to write my ordered pair, how do I write this?
I don't know.
What's my x value?
0.
What's my y value?
You what? I didn't know you could put that on there like that.
Or if you don't like it like that and you really want to keep that decimal and it's not a repeating decimal, you can write it like this too. Okay?
That's still weird.
Well, what's 2.5?
2.5 is
What's another way of writing 2.5?
1.
5.
No.
5 minus 2 is 0.
When you typed in 5 over 2 into your calculator and it gave you that mixed number, what was that mixed number?
It's like 2.
2 and a half.
1.5, yeah.
So in all honesty, any of these formats would work. They all mean the same thing. Okay? I know. They all mean the same thing. All right, let's look at our next slide here.
I want to do the decimal one.
So what am I gonna do to find the x-intercept here? Good morning. So what am I gonna do for the x-intercept here?
You gonna take out the
We're gonna do what? Yeah, we're gonna substitute for what?
0.
So 5x plus 4
Excuse me, Miss Lynn.
times
Ah,
0
yeah.
equals 10. Yes, sir.
This is 2.5 right here.
Almost. 1, 2. So you go to 2, and it's going to be between the 2 and the 3. Almost. You were so close. You did 1.5. Okay. So then I do what? AJ? What do I do now?
Cross up the 4 and then drop down. Oh,
Oh, you can keep going.
dang, I'm so close. Divide by 5.
So I dropped my 5. I can't just drop it down. How do I get rid of that 5? Divide by 5. So then x is going to equal. So what's my ordered pair here? What's my x value?
Oh, 2 0.
And then my y value is 0. Good. I'm only going to box one of my answers over here. You can box all of them if you want.
I want to be a one.
Okay. So when we plot these 2 points, we're going to plot them and then label our line as line A. Once we plot these 2 points, then we'll plot the 2 ordered pairs down here, label it line B. So I'm going to go to the next side here. So my line A,
Hey, our line doesn't go that far.
hold on, okay, give me a second. Our line A, what was my ordered pairs?
It was 0, 4.
0 what?
Negative 4.
No, it's positive 4.
Oh,
No, it's negative 4. And then what was my other ordered pair? 2.5 and,
Oh, yeah, it is
0.
negative 4.
okay, then line B was what? What were my order pairs for B?
It was
Is there-
0, 5 on 2.
0 and 5?
No, 5 on 2.
Okay, wait. I messed up then. What was my first order pair for A? I have 0, -4, then what?
-6 on 0.
Yeah.
-6?
Yeah.
Okay, then line B was 0 and what?
Over 5 on 2.
Or it could be, what's another way of saying it? 2.5 or whatever. And then what was my second order pair?
2, 0.
Okay. All right, so line A, I'm going to graph in blue here. So my first order pair is 0, -4. I'm going to start at my origin. Where do I go?
Go down.
Down how many? Well, obviously 4. So I'm going to go down 4.
On our next
1, 2, 3, 4. Be patient. We'll get there.
Hey, can I do,
Yes.
I want to
So
do
then-
the decimal. Can I do the decimal?
Yes. So then, for my next order pair, -6, 0, I start at my origin. What's going to happen, Kaylin?
It's not
Kaylon?
there.
It's not there. Which way am I going to go?
You're gonna go to the left.
How many times?
6.
So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I don't have another grid line. So we're going to have to chart off the grid. We're going to live dangerously and we're going off the grid.
I don't like it.
I don't like that. I'm going to make my point right at the tip of the arrow. Okay. Right? And that's on the clip. So I'm going to go ahead and plot my line or graph my line.
Miss Lily, can you doing some stuff I've never seen before?
So my line is going to make sure I go to the end of all my coordinate planes. I made sure that it went through both of my points. I made sure that I used a straight edge. And I made sure that I put arrows on the end of my line. What am I missing?
Nothing. Your A.
My A, yeah. I need to label my line as A.
Dirty.
Okay?
Alright, now I'm going to do the decimal.
Just a second. Let them get this down, and yes. I like your enthusiasm. Michael, I think my son has that exact same shirt, except for it's like black here. And the black is here, and then this darker color is on the sleeves. All right, Michael. We're going to now plot for B. So, we're going to start at 0, and then my Y is 2.5. So my X is 0, and my Y is positive 2.5. So if your Y is 2.5, it's going to be on your Y axis.
Alright,
So you're going to go 1, 2.
And you put the decimal in the middle.
Good. So what Michael did, he went up 1, 2. Now 2.5 is going to be between 2 and 3, right? So I'm going to have to plot my point between 2 and 3. Hey, you're not done. You got to do my other order pair now. So now my next order pair, I'm going to plot, where's this order pair going to fall on? The X or the Y intercept? The X intercept. Good. So I'm going to start at my origin and go where, Michael? No, X. Because you do X first. There you go. Perfect.
Where's my big dog Clemson card?
Then I'm going to draw my line. Now I'm not going to draw my like that. What's wrong with that line?
It's not through the thing, through the coordinate.
It's through. It didn't go to the end of each of my coordinate planes. Yes.
I thought if we had like a point 5, they'll be in the middle of the box.
What's that?
I thought if we had a point 5, they'll be in the middle of the box. Like,
We did. I did. I did. See, here's.
oh,
Yeah. No, that's a good question though, AJ. All right, this one's going to be hard for me to plot. No, look at that line. That's gorgeous. I did a good job, guys. Did you guys do as good as I did?
Yep.
You better have. Not been lazy. Oh, label it B. Not be lazy and try to freehand it.
She had to make shift the beat because she was going on the beat.
Any questions?